Hi everyone, I'm like 15 minutes later than I thought. I'm gonna wait for a couple of you to join me before I get started. Or maybe it'll take a little bit and I'll just get started. So today I'm gonna make several things. I have a big pile of balls of clay here. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of stuff. So the last time I made this jar, and I should have made the lid at the same time, so I'm gonna be a little bit tricky about getting it to fit properly. So I'll do that lid first. So my first thing I'm gonna measure, there's no one watching it. I'm measuring the inside of this, and I need to make a bowl with the lip that is the right, okay, there's some people, hi. I wore my glasses this time, so I won't be like peering at you guys, but anyway, I'm gonna make a vessel about the size of that. Well, exactly the size of that, no bigger. And another goal today is that we're not gonna wipe our hands on our belly. I'm gonna practice not doing that, so let me know if I do that. Hi, Zach. Okay. So this time I can see you so we can talk while I'm working. And let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I cannot do this standing on my head. I wonder if I could do some stuff with my feet. That wouldn't be cute though. Okay, so I'm centered. I'm gonna open up. And I'm just basically making a bowl that has the right width that can just slide down in there. Hi, Mark. That can just slide down into that jar. Everyone be excited. I actually did my, hi Heather, I actually did my makeup today and my hair, so your host of your show doesn't look like a dump truck today. Yay. Okay, so I'm making an area here that can slide inside the jar. I don't know if that makes sense. Stop it, Maddie. Okay, I did it. I already did it. I wiped it on my belly. Look at that. I did it exactly. Can you guys believe that? Exactly the right width. And then this part should be wider so then it doesn't also slide inside the jar. But not too wide because it has to look reasonable, you know. Ah, it got a little soft. I messed it up, I messed it up. There, fixed it, okay. Okay. I'm looking at the pot when I look at the screen there. Okay, I think that'll work. I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna wire it off because it needs to be able to, I need to be able to work on it some more. So I'll take scissor jar, and then I can just, whoop. Yeah, it's super not working. Okay, we're gonna work on this more later because I got it too wet. I went too fast. Starting off right, everybody. Nobody can see what that looks like over there. It fell over. It fell over. Now we're gonna make a bunch of mugs. I can do mugs. No, Maddie. And you're not original either. Everyone says that. Okay. My friend Greg asked me to make, I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an M and a bustle, a messel and a bustle. Greg Westwood, are you out there? Anyway, it's a bowl that you, and then like a little crushy thing, and you, Patrick Swayze's ghost. It's a little bowl, and then one of the little, like a little ball thing, and you mash herbs or whatever in it. Not someone like me doesn't do that, but, so we're gonna make that for Greg. He said it needs to hold about 2 cups. So we're just gonna make a cute little bowl now. We have Paul Simon radio today. Okay, so I'm centered. I'm gonna open up. So when I make a bowl, mortar and pestle. Thank you. Did you just look it up? Thanks, guys. Was I close? What did I say? Okay, so with a bowl, I'm gonna make a really wide base. And beginner potters will do like a flat bottom and then walls that go up, but especially with this, we need one continuous inner wall. So I have to be really careful to make sure that happens. Also, it needs to have, you know, a really substantial base. Like it can't be up on a pedestal because then it will rock when you're trying to work on with, you know, when you're trying to crush things inside. Bringing up these walls. Nestle and bustle. Yeah, we'll just, is that what I called it? I knew I was close. So making bowls is tricky because the spinning motion wants the bowl to flare out really wide. Hi guys, oh my favorite ladies. You both live in Utah, Brittany and Sarah, you both live in Utah and you're both super awesome and not your average Mormon. So you should be friends with each other. Seriously, message each other. I just set you up. Okay, so just trying to achieve the right shape without it being way too wide. I love this. I never would have thought about you two. You should totally be buds. Mormons are great, by the way. There are just different sorts, am I right? There are different styles. Okay. I like this. I think it's pretty, and I think it'll definitely hold more than 2 cups. When you fire pottery, it loses all the water that's in this mud, and so it shrinks like crazy. It shrinks about a little over 10%. So everybody always makes a pot, and then at the end you're like, hey, where's my pot? Okay. And then I'm going to take out some of this weight here, some of this clay here. It's pretty, huh? This awesome girl in my pottery class last time, I was like, oh yeah, no, you guys should totally be friends. These 2 people in my class, and she was like, Claire, she was like, sorry, I'm not accepting applications right now. It was really honest and funny, because I feel that way sometimes. But for the right person, you know, you'll always make an exception. Okay. So I'm just getting rid of this mess down here, so I don't have to do it later when the clay is hard. Less trimming is better, and it leaves a more organic shape. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to run my finger actually above on this top rim. How about instead of stopping me, how about someone just keeps a tally of how many times I wipe my hands on my belly during this? That'll be a fun game. Anyway, here's our little nestle and border pestle. Border, and I have no idea. Anyway, here's a bowl that we're gonna put a stick in, and you can grind herbs, lavender in. now that we've had a success, I can show you my failure that just happened a minute ago. Here's the lid to our jar. I'll start again and do it later. Per tradition, we ruin one thing, at least one thing, per video, right? Not on purpose. It's just the way it is. Okay, now I'm gonna make just some little jars, some little like Q-tip bar jars. I know. What did I say? What did I say? Zach. What did I say? Crap. You guys are filthy. Filthy animals. I don't know what I said. I'm so flattered that you'll all spend the time here with me. Okay. I'm gonna go up. And I want to make a way smaller jar than this, and I've got too much clay, so I'm going to take off more than half of it. And I'm just going to squeeze. Boop. Let that be a warning. And actually, I could make a new lid out of that. It's a little bit wet though. That lady that's walking around behind me, Allison, owns this studio. She has not agreed to be on camera. But this studio is on. Hi, everybody. Allison runs Art Alley, and it is on Main Street and about 8th. Is that right?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Make a good pot.
Well, I already made the bad one. Gentlemen, I see. So this is just a cute little tiny pot this will be. You know what, actually I've been thinking, because I have an exorbitant amount of children, my toothbrush holder is always too small. I made one recently. I'm gonna widen this out and make this my toothbrush holder. The one I made is really cute, so I'll just sell it. And I'll widen this sucker out. Just a cute little vase. I think it's important to have precious little things all around. I mean, I don't know, you know, I'm not like a materialistic person, but like, I don't know, like a really rad toothbrush holder or a coffee mug that reminds you of a friend in the morning, like, I don't know, I think those are the kind of things that make me happy. I feel like this is too tall, so I'm going to cut off the top. You guys hear Piano Man? It's like my favorite song. Everybody has lots of favorite songs, but I love this song. Who doesn't love this song? Ridiculous. Okay, I feel better about this. And I'm just messing with its shape. See how easily I just pushed on it and it moved.
Bye, Brooke.
Bye, Allison.
Have fun with all your Facebook friends.
If you've done pottery before and you want to use this studio, you know, you can get memberships or you can get hourly time here. Hot chocolate, not coffee. Excuse me. You're right. Who drinks coffee? Sinner, sinner, chicken dinner. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm making some throw lines on it because I think they're pretty. Brittany, I miss you. And then I'm gonna add a little character. Can you guys see this pot really well? I hope so. I can't see because your comments are going up over it, so I can't see it as well as hopefully as you can. So So I'm gonna just create a little separation to give it some interest right here. The right tool, back to work. Barb Ross. Oh, we can't do a Betty Ross. She made a flag. So I'm just gonna take off some clay right here and leave. Oh, see, I should definitely do that when it's drier because it's making kind of a mess. Now this will work. Anyway, I'm gonna just take off some clay right here and create, so then it looks like the vase has a little neck, you know. You do not. Okay, I was more nervous when Allison was here in the studio with me. Now I'm calm. Hopefully I'll have calm energy, and when you all watch this, you'll feel calmer. I will admit that I have been watching some Bob Ross lately for inspiration, and I think his energy is so much about why that show worked. And just the way he paints so easily makes it seem like, you know, it makes you want to do art. It just looks fun and effortless. So, and the thing about art is that it drives me nuts when people say, like, I'm not artistic. I feel like usually that just means, okay, here's our little toothbrush holder. I'll put some stripes on it later. Usually that just means you haven't put a lot of energy in being artistic, because artists spend, you know, like athletes, you have to spend hours and hours and hours doing it before you're good at it, before it comes easy. I will admit that some people are much more naturally gifted, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna make a little, I'm gonna make a little bitty jar. This is just a little tiny piece of clay. I'm gonna go in. See how fast it was to center. So when you have like a big ball of clay, it's really hard to center. That's true. Let's make a bird. One of these mugs that I make today, I need to put a bird on it. Put a bird on it. Because a lady messaged me that she wanted the bird mug that just sold. So always when doing clay, and one of my favorite reasons that I like to do clay is that it causes me to slow down. I usually, now that I know that I can succeed and make some stuff, so I'll come in with kind of an idea of what I want to make, but you know, it certainly isn't like I'm gonna make 6 bowls and this and this. It's getting more that way, but anyway, the point is I have to slow down and not hurry and try to just be productive like crazy, which is what I kind of normally do in my normal life. And I don't know, it's kind of like vacuuming too. I like when I clean my house is when I think, and you know, I have conversations with people in my head, or get a lot of clarity when I clean my house, which is a good thing because I spend a ridiculous amount of time cleaning. But anyway, this is like that, where it's just like motion with my hands, but the process of creating, she loves. There, okay. Anyway, I get a lot of anxiety sometimes, and I feel like if any awesomeness is gonna happen in the world, in my life, if I'm gonna have an awesome life, then I have to create it. And, you know, that comes from a childhood that was not ideal all by itself. So I felt like, okay, I can create an awesome life for myself when I become a grown-up. And now I feel like I struggle a lot with like feeling like I can't just relax ever, because I have to create a great day. I have to create goodness for my kids. I have to create, you know, just a constant kind of like, I can't just chill out or things are gonna suck. And that's an old belief of mine. So anyway, one of my kids struggles a lot with just being happy, you know, and he really doesn't like school. And so I talk a lot to him about like, Kate, you can't do anything about this. You have to go to school, and that's super hard, but there are ways that you can make it a better experience for yourself and create a good day for yourself when you need one. And that, for me, a lot of times is creativity based. Like I have to find something funny or create a funny situation, or you know, just distract myself from the junk of life. Hi, Britt. Thank you. And he's always like, I can't wait till I'm a grown-up, until stuff gets, you know, till I can choose what I'm doing or whatever. And then the other day, he went on errands with me, and we went to the post office, the one on Main Street here in Gainesville. That is the worst place. Like, the 9th level of hell is that post office. And we stood there for freaking ever. And I was like, how do you like adulthood? And we talked about, so I feel like I've got a little clout now, because he understands that, like, okay, my life's not always easy either. And sometimes I actually have to do that and create good stuff. But anyway, my point is, I think a lot about how to help him learn how to create goodness in his life. But I don't think that it's all creating. I think it's a process of creating and also allowing good things to come into your life. Here's our cute little jar, and when it gets drier, I'm gonna put some little nubs on this side, cute little handles. I saw one here and I thought, oh, it looks like a little Grecian jar. Anyway, I'll just decorate this, and it'll be a cute little whatever jar. I love that. People are like, oh, it's little and it's not too expensive, so I can just use it for this or that or whatever. Just pretty little things. Now we're gonna make some mugs. Anyway, the point of all of that is that I was just thinking about like, you have to create to a certain extent, like go to the, you know, I have to show up to this studio to make a mug or whatever, but sometimes the clay wants to do what it wants to do, and I can just move it in a certain direction. So I've been thinking that it's a process of creating and allowing being like, what stuff do I say yes to and what stuff do I say no to? What stuff do I make happen and what stuff do I let happen in relationships? And, you know, and sometimes in your day it can super suck, and just like, well, I have to get this crap done. I have to, like, you know, that's just life. You have to do the stuff that's not awesome and make the best of it. But other days you can just be like, you know what, no, like, this isn't what I need right now. Or like, I need a trip. I'm not going to allow crap. You know, like, I'm not going to allow myself to get stuck. So I'm going to create like a cool day at the beach or something, because, and that I feel like is part of creating your life. And then also allowing the days that you have to get your stuff done. Thank you, Brittany. My other friend my friend Taylor Ray moved to Nashville, and she's one of my best friends. So I'm so coming to visit. Not only that, I super loved it there. Okay, this looks a lot like the mug I made before that the lady wants. I'm gonna just get greedy and take a little more out of the bottom. greedy and make it a little bigger than it was. Because we like a lot of hot chocolate, right, Brittany Gunther? And I'm gonna give it a little more. People seem to like a mug that goes out, is what I'm told. So, okay, I'm loving this. I had my kids for like 11 days. Like the first day was Christmas, and then I had them for 11 days by myself after. And I always think like, holy crap, we should have a national holiday week where single moms, because I don't have them all the time. I can't imagine how hard it would be where single moms get just to, you know, all their friends like band together and give them a week off, because, oh my gosh, I would die. So my point is, my kids don't think I'm awesome right now. They think I'm crazy and mean. And they call me a cleaning Nazi, which is not super far off base. Okay, just got rid of some of this weight down here. Looking for this wooden knife. I have 3 Brittany's right now on here. Hi, Brittany's. Okay, just got rid of some of that weight. And then I won't have to really trim it too much after. And I like it a lot. I'm trying to help that same kid find his art medium because he's extremely creative. So listen to that spoken word poetry the other day with him. And then I made him watch So I Married an Axe Murderer. Do you guys remember that movie? Mug. And I have some handles drying over there already. Anyway, they freaking hated Mike Myers's poetry. And it's funny, like, I like it because I watched that movie so many freaking times. It never even occurred to me, like, if it's, I don't know, I guess if I hated it, I would have hated it then, and I'd still hate it. I don't know. But I sing Only You for days afterward. Okay, I keep throwing it not in the middle. If you would like to order one of these mugs or one of these things, you can tell me what color you would like stripes on it, or what, you know, Brittany Anderson, you should have a mug with a birdie on it because you're the birdie. You know, my Lucy is my birdie too. Anyway, if you're interested, whatever. I have a voicemail. I don't know how to get rid of it. There. I lost my music. I'll have to go put that on. Just pulling up these walls. Just pinching down at the bottom and bringing up. And the other day I was at my friend Carmen's house and she had all these amazing mugs, just art everywhere, and her mugs were so thin. And they break more when they're thin, but it just felt so good in my hand that I was like, hey, I'm gonna make thinner ones. Thinner walls, but I leave the lip a little bit because I like that. Bye, Britt. Hi, Robin. Okay, this is a nice big mug, and it actually just happened in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna make sure it's thin enough because I really want it to be this time. And I'm gonna come in and take out this bottom area. Did that make any sense what I was talking about? Creating and allowing. I don't know if the stuff in my brain makes sense as it pings around in there, you know. Maybe it's just useful for me. Just gives me something to like talk to my kids, and I'm sure they hear like Charlie Brown's mom. Wah, 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 wah. And I'm like, these are pearls. Oh, Michelle, that just reminded me of like the other part of it. You know, Bert Mitchell always says, oh, I guess he's quoting someone who's marginally smarter than him. Einstein says, nothing changes until something moves. I think about it all the time. And I think, do I have to create all this crap in my life, or do I just, no crap, good stuff, or just start it moving in the right direction and let it move? Allowing is a really good word that makes me feel way more at peace than I get my natural state, you know. Allowing things to exist until you can't. I'm grateful to be a woman because I feel like we have a really good inner compass to help us know when that is. That's a blanket statement, but for me that's true. And a lot of women, or empathic men also. Okay, this is good. I'm just trying to make this bottom really wide enough so it won't rock on the table. Thank you. Okay. All right. I like this. I'm nervous about it too. Okay. I'm gonna bring the top in, just choke it in a little bit. I need music. I don't want to bore anybody. That's my sister Tara always says that it's the worst sin in the world is being boring. And I would agree. I agree. I mean, yeah, okay, fine, there's worse things, but not a lot. Okay, I'm gonna call this one. And I'll wire it off. Hello, Claire. He's just talking about you. Told everybody all your secrets. Here's the book. I'm gonna go turn my music on. Well, hey. Know when to stop. You mean before I do this? Yeah. Okay, actually, maybe I'll do it later. You guys don't want to watch me do that process again. Okay, I've got a little bit bigger piece here. Make a little jar. I'm gonna start teaching again. Crap, this month is coming up. It's like moving. Yeah, I was saying I would start probably like toward the end of the month. Should we say like June 24th? I could start a new session, a new series, a 6-week class. Does that work for you, Robin? I think that's a Monday. I can do other than Mondays too. I don't know if what works for people. But Monday the studio is open, so that's just convenient for me to do that. Sorry, struggling with my music. Oh, June? What? Well, I start new classes all the time. I have like a group of friends that want to do my class in January, or coming up. So I do 6 weeks and then I start again. Why did I say June? Anyway, just whenever I get a group of 6 people that want to do a class, let's do it. And it's 6 weeks and it's $150. No big deal. And it's just a good time. It's just like good taking yourself creating time. I end up with a lot of women because usually women don't give that to themselves, so scheduling it out seems to work. Okay, I didn't mean to go out so far. Okay, I'm gonna go up and make a kind of a taller jar. This is my favorite part, when it just becomes something so fast. Claire, your bowl is here, and it's not bad at all. I glazed it clear and I ground off some of that red that got on there, and you can't even see it. It looks great. Quit being a psycho and come pick it up. No, it really is really cute. Claire's a perfectionist. Okay, so it's nice and tall, but yeah, I like it. I kind of seem to be doing the same shape over and over, so I'm gonna change this shape. Sometimes I look around at the stuff in the studio to kind of get some inspiration. That's why I like being in a studio, because just stuff all around gives you ideas. I used to do this work at home, this play at home, and just didn't have anyone to talk to. Like when something went wrong, there's no potters around that know what they're doing, and not having any potters around, like nobody cares what I just made, and I get all excited, and a normal person's like, oh, it looks nice, but they don't get what it takes, or the possibilities. So blah blah blah. I'm just kind of rounding it out more because I want a different shape. I'm tired of the same shape that I keep doing. Ooh, and I kind of like the idea of doing like a thick stripe and then thinner stripes as it narrows. this down here. Tulip. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so I've got it pretty thin and I've got it nice and thin and I like it. It's gonna get super difficult to handle in a minute because it's gonna get way soft, as thin and as wet as it is. Now the trick is that I need to make a place for the lid to go. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little lip right here with my, is anyone counting how many times I wipe my hands on my belly? So I'm just going in super careful and make a little lip here for a lid to sit on. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And what's nice about a jar is that it's not a dish or anything, so no one's like handling it too much. So it's okay if it's got more, you know, if it's not as sturdy on a table as something else might be. Okay, hi Lisa. I'm just pressing down the bottom to kind of give it a nice shape down there and clean out. Just compressing the clay down at the bottom. And I don't want this little to be too like thin, because then it'll break, it'll chip when someone tries to use it. So I'm just rounding that edge off. Okay. Little jar. I like this one. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming before I sign off. Oh, I like this. I think it's a cute little tulip. Okay, I have a bunch of other balls of clay here, but I'm going to throw this trimming thing on here and finish a couple of little mugs real quick while because trimming is fun and I like to keep it snapping. Okay, what did I do with them? Okay. Okay, so my friend Kim told me to make them with this little area so you could hold your mug like this, as opposed to the handle, also like an addition. So I'm really liking that shape. So this is a Gip and Grip, and it grabs onto the, just grabs onto your clay for you, so you don't have to recenter to get it recentered on the wheel. I forgot to check how thick it is. It's a little bit thick on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just checking how thick it is, what I've got going on in that wall is how much needs to come off when I trim. Oh, shoot. This is a little bit softer than it ought to be. Remember this song when I was a little kid? I wonder if this is an 80s song or what. This is Paul Simon Radio, so it must be. Shoot. Seriously? Seriously? Let's see if I can fix this. Maybe it's time to be done today. I can fix this. I can fix this. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little nervous today. I'm not doing my best work. It is what it is. The hair looks good. I'll take what I can get. Okay, so this just centered it back on here for me, so I can just fix this top back up. And I'm gonna dry these mugs before I trim them more, because I've had enough disaster for one day up in here. Disaster is probably a strong word. Oh, I'm so mad I just did that. Well, this one's gonna have some character. This will be a mug with character. The best kind. Oh, I'm so mad. Just kind of creating a little area for it to, so I'm just creating like a solid place for my hands to trap that clay in so it doesn't have anywhere else to go but where I want it to. All right. Dang it. Maybe someone will buy this and be like, this is the one that fell off the thing in the video. Isn't it precious? Okay, let's be done for today. Besides, I've done one viewer. Yeah, because dang. Anyway, okay. Thank you for watching and spending your time with me today. Sometimes the pottery gods are not with us. And sometimes we make a lot of great stuff. We've both had success and trickiness today. So anyway, thank you for spending your time with me, and